Well, g'day everybody, and welcome back to NeoFly. All right, today we are doing a flight which is right here. We are taking 200.
Transporter from dispatch. The cargo is on board. You are cleared to taxi to the runway and take off.
Thanks, dispatch. We are taking coffee from. Today we are taking 275 pounds of coffee from Aldinga Airport down to Kangaroo Island to Penneshaw. Which is actually pretty awesome. We're going to get $1,722 for this flight, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, everything is okay. Our aircraft should be fine on fuel, but when we get to Penneshaw, we are probably going to have to fuel up. So that's going to be a thing. That is going to be a thing. All right, so down to Penneshaw Airport we go. Excuse me, sorry guys. Let's get this little beast fired up, shall we? All right. So she's been doing us quite well. I did do a flight in this on stream the other night before we on my final Twitch stream, because I am going to stream on YouTube all the time as of this coming Saturday night. So keep that one in mind, guys. Let's turn that on. Let's turn our beacon on. Let's throw that all the way in there. Crack the throttle just a little bit. Give ourselves a little bit of a prime. You didn't turn the fuel on, Simi. You got to turn your fuel on, you silly Billy. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of a prime. And there we go.
Looks good from where I'm
Perfect.
sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
Okay, and let's just let her warm up for a little bit before we head off to the runway. We shall tune to Aldinga traffic. All right, lovely. Okay, she should be all right. Throw the alternator on. Let's throw the nav lights, strobe light, our beacon. Oh, come on, there we go. That's better. And we will, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. All right, lovely. Out to 2-1 we head. Everything is looking okay. And here we go. Here we go. We've probably got enough runway there to take off, but I am going to run out here and do a little bit of a run up anyway, because she has been sitting here overnight. So we had a really good night on stream the other night. I did a flight for NeoFly. I'm probably going to do a few flights in between. Probably some on stream as well. Now that I'm going to stream on YouTube, but also we went and visited one of our community members' farms over in the United States, and we did a fly around of that and a fly around of that area where he grew up, which was absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Had so much fun doing that, and everything was really, really accurate. All his farm buildings were on there. All of his fields, his veggie patches, his fields, the bales on the fields. Absolutely awesome. All right, let's get down one stage of flaps for takeoff. We do have a little bit of cargo on us, and let's roll. Landing lights, taxi, and we should be okay. We should be okay. All right, 60 knots, up we go. Perfect. Now this is pretty well the direction that we are flying in, so...
Pilot from dispatch. Fly safe.
Thanks, dispatch. That's so nice of you. So let's trim up to climb out at 80 knots. Flaps up. It's going to drop our nose down a little bit. We're basically flying down the coast today. Down the coast of the Fluoro Peninsula. We'll probably go past the ferry port. We will probably perhaps even see a ferry in while we are flying, which will be pretty cool. Let's just increase our throttle just a little bit. Make some adjustments to our mixture. There we go. Beautiful. All right, lovely, lovely. Should have set my altimeter before I left. That's me with too much stuff on my mind, basically. Down flying over all of the vines down there, which is absolutely awesome. Okay, lovely. Everything looks like it is going quite well. We'll just continue to climb out at this until we get to about 1,500 feet. Continue to make adjustments. So I've actually installed Airland FS and a couple of helicopters in here. So on Saturday night, for Saturday night stream, we're probably going to do some helicopter tours. I think would be pretty cool. I just need to give a little bit more juice on that. There we go. Lovely. All right, perfect. So that's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be pretty fun, going and doing some aerial tours. All right, let's level ourselves out a little bit. Everything's looking good. Bring our RPMs down. Perfect. All right, and we should be okay. We can fly straight across this peninsula, or we can head around the coast. I think we might head around the coast today. Be a little bit smoother out over the water. Let's just get that trim right. There we go. Come on, trim the nose down. Trim the nose down there. All right, perfect. Should be okay. Should be all right. No, she still wants to nose up on me. And now she just wants to nose down. This trim with on a joystick is absolutely horrible, as opposed to a trim wheel. I can tell you. All right, we should get pretty close to settling now. That is perfect. So you can see Kangaroo Island over the back. I think that's Kangaroo Island over the back there. I think we're that far through. Flying over here, that would be Maslin Beach, I would say. I would guess, or we'd be pretty close to Maslin Beach, which is the local nude beach in Adelaide, in South Australia. Okay, come on. I don't know why she wants to play games with me, but she definitely wants to play games. Doesn't want to trim. There we go. That should be about right there. At least pretty close. So across past Maslin's Beach. Looks like people have been doing little runs around there. Now, I know that there is a couple of little four-wheel drive tracks around here that are actually set up on farms for people to come and enjoy a little bit of four-wheel driving and stuff. So that's probably what that is, I would say. Nice and smooth out here in the water. Nice and smooth over the water. It's beautiful. Not too much turbulence at all. It's a beautiful morning to fly. It is a perfect morning to fly, but I'm sure that at some point in time we're probably going to get we're probably going to find ourselves flying in some weather that we really don't want to fly in, but you know, a little bit of rough weather and stuff. But at the moment, VFR only, so we do need to keep that in mind. Any time we come across any weather that's that is non-VFR friendly, we will either have to skirt around it, or we will have to not fly that day, which I guess is part of the joy, isn't it? Part of the joy of VFR flight. So there we go. We want to just trim the nose down just a touch again. All right, it's looking good down there. It's looking absolutely beautiful. Nice to fly along the coast. There's a little. I'm gonna have to figure out what that beach is, what that little inlet is. So I was driving, and I'm not flying over all of this stuff in real life. Just driving through it all is one of those things. But down on the coast here, a lot of people have. There's a lot of little sort of shanty towns, and a lot of people have holiday homes and holiday shacks down here. So, which is pretty cool. Let's give ourselves just a little bit of a turnaround. Beautiful and smooth out here. Beautiful and smooth. I like it. We'll head straight down the coast there. Yeah, very, very hilly down here as well. Very hilly. During winter, I know that the Sim doesn't update, or Bing doesn't update this stuff very often. But during the winter months, like we're experiencing now, then a lot of this area is actually green. So looks like some work's been going on down there on that field at the very top of the hill. So very, very sort of hard land to farm. Obviously, you can see that they're sort of taking the areas that are best suited for fields and stuff, and for work on fields, because of all the valleys, steep slopes, and the hills. Then they need to do that. So lovely, lovely. All right, let's just straighten him up a little bit. I don't know why we're all of a sudden wanting to climb. Let's just maybe drop ourselves down to 1,500 feet anyway, as we need to. As we need to. Just a little bit more. There we go. That should be alright. Just a nice slow descent without speeding too much. There's a lot of beautiful beaches out here. Not as nice. The beaches here aren't anywhere near as nice as the beaches on excuse me, as the beaches on in Western Australia. Western Australia, the beaches are they're the best beaches I've ever seen in the world, and pure white sand, glossy, nice light blue oceans and stuff. It's something that you would expect to see on from a tropical perspective, to be honest. Absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I used to go out. We used to go camping a lot on the weekends. So we'd finish work at the end of the week in Perth, and off we would go up to places like Lancelin and Shark Bay and all that type of stuff. And we would hang out and just camp for the weekend on the water all the time, 4-wheel driving everywhere, on the beaches, sandboarding, all that type of stuff. It's absolutely beautiful. So if you're not from Australia and you ever do come to Australia, definitely go up the west coast of Australia, from Perth all the way up to like Karratha and all that type of stuff. It is a beautiful, beautiful place. And if you are from Australia and you haven't been to Perth, then definitely do it. Absolutely. It's absolutely beautiful over there. And of course, come to South Australia and come and see me. Drink some of the wine. I don't drink wine. I live in a state that produces beautiful wine, and I don't drink wine myself. I just don't drink it. So I can't. I've tried, but I just cannot drink it. So there you go. All right, it's looking beautiful out here. Look at that. So nice. They've just done such a magnificent job. Flight Sim Microsoft have on this, and Asobo. I think it was Asobo who's been developing it, I think. Absolutely stunning job. So nice to be able to fly over areas that you are very familiar with. When I was testing out the helicopters last night, I flew down the freeway. I flew down to where our house is, and all that stuff. And it was just I was able to basically visually navigate in the helicopter to my house, following the streets and the roads that I drive down all the time. And that was that's pretty cool. And that's what I was saying about checking out one of our members' farms the other night on stream. It's exactly the same thing. He could guide me along the river. He could guide me to different areas. There were you know, pipe yards and all that type of stuff in there, and wastewater plants that could be identified and stuff, and take us straight to his farm, which was absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. And it's amazing that we can do that these days, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. This little golf course down there by the looks of it. What golf course would that be? Not sure. Not sure, but we are coming over Cape Jarvis, which is just over there. Cape Jarvis is usually where the ferry departs from to head over to Kangaroo Island. Kangaroo Island is just off the southern tip of the Fleurieu Peninsula, and it's not only a really big tourist area. It's there's a lot of farming and stuff there as well, which is pretty cool. So obviously they need supplies all the time. One of the most important supplies obviously is coffee, which is what we've got on board at the moment and what we are taking over there in our 152. It's a little bit of turbulence as we sort of get pretty close and head over the land and start getting a little bit of heat from the land. There we go, lovely. All right, yep. You notice the difference between flying flying over the land and flying over the ocean. Over the ocean, you've got a relatively stable temperature right through, with no real updrafts. When you come over the land, you've got different temperatures. You've got different gullies and little areas of wind turbulence and stuff like that, which sort of keeps you on your toes there, and provides a little bit of turbulence for your enjoyment.
Know the weather will get colder, that it can't always be spring. When I pushed you in a stroller, you were looking up, singing life like a church hymn. You are gonna find your place, child. Of that much I know, I'm sure. Keep on laughing at the rain, I guess. Isn't that the place to start? Someday you will be stronger than you are now, but you will not know everything. And when the water's spilling over the bow, you'll still have me in the wings. You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again. You gotta get up to get down, kid. You gotta get down to get up again.
Okay, we're coming across Cape Jarvis now. We've got the wind farm over there to the right, which is absolutely awesome. We've got the a road heading down to Cape Jarvis down there. The ferry obviously takes vehicles and all that type of stuff, so you would come down here to load your vehicles up. This hill that we're coming across up here, there's a farm up there, and I went out there and did a job one day, and it was amazing. Had this beautiful view of Kangaroo Island, which you can see directly in front of us, and this beautiful view. I reckon the farm was over there, and I think that's yeah, she was down a dirt road. I think where you can see those little buildings there. You've got that little T-junction there and the dirt roads, and that little road veering off, and you can see the farm down there, right there, coming through our window now. and I had such a beautiful, I was doing a repair, and I had such a beautiful view of Kangaroo Island. It was a nice day. It was the weather was perfect. It was quite nice. It was quite nice. Very nice. We are heading across to Penneshaw. Penneshaw is where the ferries come in. It's the port where the ferries come in. And the first thing you will see on Kangaroo Island, if you take the ferry and actually ride the ferry into Kangaroo Island, great little night tour there of the penguins that come in and nest and stuff for the night. They have a lot of penguins and stuff come in there, which is absolutely awesome. Got some great sights to see out on Kangaroo Island. Sea lions and so there's beautiful places to stay. I was over there filming for a travel show, doing the directing and the camera work on a travel show. So we went 4-wheel driving. We went and did sandboarding. There's a big sandboard area over there. There's also areas over there that you can. There we go. It looks like there's a ferry on its way out now. Yep, she's on her way out and on her way across. There's areas there where you can do ATV driving, little 4-wheel ATVs and all that type of stuff. It's absolutely brilliant out there. We stayed on the southern side of the island, and we stayed in these in a sort of a stay area that was up on top of a hill overlooking a beach out in the middle of nowhere and just overlooking the ocean, and it was just magic. It was magic. It was quite windy, but it was quiet. It was it was just incredible. So great experience over there. The thing is, if you drive over there at night, which I did all of the driving and stuff, we had a hired 4-wheel drive. Sorry, sipping my coffee there. And if you do a lot of driving, if you drive at night over there, then you're looking at every probably 20 or 30 meters there's an animal. There's a wallaby that'll run out in front of you, or another animal, and there's just so many of them that you've got to drive really, really slow. And of course, being out in the middle of nowhere with hardly any, on an island with hardly any resident sort of there's no cities or anything like that. And if your sort of cities will light up the sky. They'll light up the sky. They'll make it a lot harder to see stars and all that type of stuff. Like a lot of the bulk of the stars and the Milky Way and all that type of stuff is all drowned out and sort of phased out by the light coming from all the cities and stuff. But out there, and you have a little bit of ambient light and stuff. Out there, it's just pitch black, absolutely pitch black. You can see almost every star in the sky, which is absolutely incredible. And but very, very hard for driving at night. You need a good set of driving lights and stuff. But it's just absolutely and utterly magic out there. Absolutely magic. All right, beautiful. Just going to do some checks here. There we go. Lovely. Everything seems to be in the green. Fuel is okay. Fuel is looking good. Oil temperature is okay. Oil pressure is good. It is relatively cold today. It's probably about 8 degrees Celsius, I think. 8 degrees Celsius. Something like that. We're sitting there. Oh, I thought I seen some birds out there. I actually thought I seen some birds. All right, we need to turn more in towards Penneshaw there. We're probably going to fly maybe to the left of Penneshaw, I think. And from there, we will make our way into the airport. We're going to land Excuse me. Excuse me. I've got the coughs and stuff. I've had a little bit of a one of those things. Had a flu injection. Last Friday, and today is Wednesday. I am recording this on Wednesday. Yeah, it's kind of given me that cloggy throat and everything that you normally get if you have a flu injection. So there you go. All right, everything is looking good. Let's put that back on. Everything is trimmed up. It's going to go just to the left there of Penashaw. Beautiful. Just want to trim up. Don't want to lose too much more altitude at this particular point in time. It's been a very long time since I've flown into Penashaw. I think I may have done a first look of that when... I reckon, when Flight Sim came out, when I was doing sort of a first look of Flight Sim when that came out, and I was just doing some random flights and stuff. I think we flew over here, but at that particular point in time, I was a dumbass and I hadn't put geodata on, it's like the satellite imagery, the streaming of the satellite imagery through Bing. So I was kind of confused when I got over there that everything wasn't looking the way that it should have looked, and that was the reason why. So there you go. What we're probably going to do as well in this series, guys, is we're probably going to work, I think, towards getting ourselves a helicopter for emergency stuff when we eventually get to doing emergency, like call outs to car accidents and mercy flights and stuff like that. So I'm looking really, really forward to that, which is a big part of NeoFly. So we're probably going to look at maybe getting ourselves a Robinson R44 or something like that, perhaps, I reckon. And we'll have one of those in our fleet as well. So, all right, lovely. I'm going to go across the coast. We're going to start getting a little bit more turbulence as soon as we go across the coast. There's Penashaw. That's where the ferries come in. So if you take a ferry over there, that is where you will be coming in. Beautiful coastline, though. Absolutely beautiful coastline. We'll turn around and start heading towards the airport if I don't get lost. The airport, that should be the airport over there, just right of the tip of our nose, I would say. So all right, we're going to come in on runway 23 when we come into Penashaw Airport. So we're going to we're going to tune to the traffic and let everybody know where we are and what we are doing.
Yankee Papa Sierra Hotel traffic, Cessna Victor Hotel, India Charlie Mike 2 miles, northeast 1,400 feet, inbound to land runway 23.
All right, lovely. Lovely, let's slow all of this down. A little bit of turbulence there. Let's throw all of this, slow everything down, and turn in towards the airport, which we are flying over at the moment. Almost flying over. Going to lose a little bit of altitude. Probably using up a little bit too much fuel there, I think. And we're at a stage where we can throw one stage of flaps down just to give us a little bit of slow maneuvering speed. Just a little bit of slow maneuvering speed. Go our downwind leg. which will be approximately there. Lovely. That's exactly what we want to do. Let's announce where we are.
Yankee Papa Sierra Hotel Traffic Cessna Victor Hotel, India Charlie Mike is on downwind runway 23.
One more stage of flaps. Keep our eye on that speed. Make sure that we're still flying at about 75 knots. Probably still a little bit high. But down we go. Everything is looking good. Let's bring up our mixture right up. And in we go. In we go. Down onto the dirt strip. A little bit more speed, little bit more speed. We're just taking it nice and easy because we are landing on a rough strip, so... And we'll just go a little bit long. And down we go. This is a nice, easy touchdown.
Transporter from dispatch. Nice landing. Go to the parking and put your parking brake on. I'll be in touch.
Okay, perfect.
Transporter from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
We shall do that. Just park up the end here. Let's keep a little bit of back stick on. We want to make sure that that we don't hit any dips and hit the ground with the prop. That would be a bit of a disaster. All right, beautiful. Perfect. There's definitely no air traffic around, so that's good. Keep that back stick on. Keep that back stick on. All in all, that was actually a pretty damn fine landing. In the end, and pull up, pull up. Lovely. Should be okay there. Let's throw our park brake on. Perfect. All right. Now, what have we got there? Let's bring our nav lights off, bring our strobe lights off. We should have, well, we didn't really have any taxi to do anyway. Let's starve that engine.
Transporter. Cargo unloading in progress.
Lovely.
Stand by, pilot.
Beautiful. Okay, let that prop settle down. Once she's settled down, which she has, we can turn our beacon lights off. We can also bring that back, turn off our alternator, and turn off our master. Okay, fuel off as well. Perfect. There we go. Beautiful. We'll wait for those guys to unload our cigarettes, and then we are in a pretty good position.
Transporter from dispatch. Cargo unloaded and checked. It is always a pleasure to work with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure to work with you as well. All right, perfect.
Start your engine.
We have, if we have a look at our finances now, we have flown 1, 2, 3 jobs now. Payment for cargo 1722. We've got 8,000 in our kitty. And this is where I'm going to be doing a lot more flights and stuff off camera. So that's pretty cool. There will be flights here that we can search for from here. Going to different areas. What's that? That's a cargo. That is a cargo flight. That one there is a back to old Dinga Airport. That's pretty cool. This one goes back to Pandana Airport, which is nice. Flying into these little airports is absolutely crazy, to be honest. That's 389 pounds of magazines to old Dinka. So we've got plenty of stuff there to do. Medicine to Pandana on Kangaroo Island. So we might end up doing one of those, I think, is probably going to be the best thing. But there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching this episode of NeoFly. We will get there. We will get there. We will continue working. I will continue flying and making as much money as I can. And we should be able to upgrade our aircraft at some point in time. But for now, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.